I find myself.
All right, good morning. Thank you for joining us today. Lisa and I are the co-directors of recruitment for the NDSU School of Pharmacy. Positions new as of last March 2022. So we spent the last year educating ourselves and learning how to recruit students. We hope that we've developed a novel, holistic approach to pharmacy student recruitment, and we involve our pharmacy practice faculty, pharmaceutical sciences faculty, as well as our pharmacy students and practicing pharmacists in the community. In our presentation today, we'll tell you why recruitment is important for our School of Pharmacy, the information we use to inform the development of our recruitment program, and how we've implemented a multi-pronged approach to student recruitment. There's been a concerning national trend in schools of pharmacy as indicated by the statistics, as you can see in 2018 and 19. The majority of the schools of pharmacy and institutions were unable to fill their incoming classes. Similarly, at NDSU, we are also down in our enrollment. We typically admit up to 85 students per year, but as of late, we've been admitting only up to 55 students. There are several reasons we believe contribute to this decline, including prospective student and limited knowledge about the profession, a negative public image of pharmacists, and perceived fewer job opportunities compared to other healthcare professions. And so as we're recruiting, we like to use some tools, and we've got them on display up here. One of my favorites is the 100+ career opportunities for pharmacists. And so that'll tell you all sorts of ways that a pharmacist can make an impact, whether it's community-based, industry, could be in health informatics, or it could even be at the government level. So there's lots of opportunity as a pharmacist. And it's also to be noted that we have had an increase in job postings of 12% since last year. So the outlook is good. We just need our students to come and find us and learn more about the profession. The strategic plans of the University College, as well as the department, have all incorporated recruitment as a goal. And this signifies, of course, the importance on attracting and enrolling new students. To help meet the goals of these strategic plans, the promotion and tenure guidelines of the pharmacy practice department were changed to include criteria that recognize and evaluate program directions. And to further support recruitment efforts, 10 to 15% of our own workloads is reallocated towards the recruitment of students. And so that directorship within our PT&E guidelines helps us be able to focus attention and dedicate resources towards attracting these prospective students. So phase one of our work was just to gather information and educate ourselves on our Generation Z students and what it takes to recruit them into the pharmacy program. So we started with the NDSU Office of Admissions to learn about how the university is connecting with prospective and admitted students. We spoke with high school career counselors within our regional area just to see what types of opportunities we might have to connect with their students. And we learned about lunchroom visits, classroom visits, as well as career fairs. We met with the NDSU Department of Communications social media director to learn about social media platforms, which ones to use, and how and when to post to be impactful. We met with Be More Colorful Career Exploration Program to potentially create a video that we could use through K-12 schools across the state of North Dakota. And then we met with professionals within the College of Health Professions, the Director of Student Affairs, who has experience recruiting both at a high school and a higher education level. And we met with our College of Health Professions Marketing and Communications lead just to learn more about how we can be visible in our recruitment efforts. And here's what we learned from all that information gathering. We found that there are 3 ways to be successful in recruitment for a Generation Z student. And so first is to describe a pharmacy program in global detail versus with specifics. And so just keep things general, and all of those questions will be filled in as we move through our recruitment processes. Another thing is to highlight cool students and alumni. Students want to see themselves in the shoes of another, see themselves in the profession. And the third is to provide an experiential or a hands-on component to the recruitment. Our next steps, of course, were to develop those recruitment materials. So we dedicated substantial effort to ensure that the recruitment materials we developed were user-friendly, standardized, and ready for immediate use for a convenient grab-and-go situation. We worked with the NDSU Office of Admissions first to update and customize our prospective student and admitted students' letters to make them more engaging to those prospective students. We developed a recruitment guide for our pharmacy practice and pharmaceutical sciences faculty, so we all have the same information across the board. That guide will outline the different pathways into the pharmacy program. It'll compare program tuitions from other institutions and really just cover all those frequently asked questions that maybe only one of us knows the answer to, but if we share it now, we all have the answer and we can help. That'll help us on our one-on-one student visits. We next developed a standardized PowerPoint presentation that'll highlight the profession of pharmacy in general, our pharmacy curriculum here at NDSU, and potential pharmacist careers. We developed a highlight book with pictures and bios of some of our alumni who have chosen creative ways to use their Doctor of Pharmacy degree. It also highlights all of our student organizations. So again, they can see themselves in these professions. They can see themselves in these student organizations. Pediatric organization. We've got one that focuses on hospital pharmacy. So just really helping them to gain a broad understanding of the profession. On the right of your slide, you'll see 3 of those experiential or hands-on experiences we developed. So we have 20 kits that we developed for each of our activities. We've got examples of our kits up here. Kits are housed in our skills laboratory, which we call our North Dakota Pharmacists Association Concept Pharmacy. And that's where our students will learn their hands-on skills as to how to become a pharmacist. And the students will learn through these kits how to compound either a lollipop, a lip balm, or a lotion. And so that can be done on an individual one-on-one level or with an entire group of students. All the products are flavored or scented, and they can be taken home by the students. And so by far our most popular workshop is the lip balm workshop. We do have students make 2 lip balms, and I like to say, keep one, give one. So hopefully they take that home and tell a friend about NDSU pharmacy as well. We also work to improve our early admission program information handout. We put copies of that anywhere a prospective visit might occur so that faculty has easy access to that information. And then we worked again with, they've been invaluable, the NDSU Office of Admissions to connect with the local high schools to schedule our visits, typically during the lunch hour or Workforce Wednesday, they're sometimes referred to. We put together a backpack for these visits, which you can see up here. You can also see the contents of the backpack in that small picture on the left. But within the backpack, you've got the School of Pharmacy table cover, 3 different pharmacy handouts, a laptop with a looped concept pharmacy highlight video showing our students doing good work in this space, and Sour Patch Kids, because word on the street is that's what works. That's what gets the kids to the table, is they need to have those Sour Patch Kids. We also encourage our students, or we host a small contest at the table. So you can see this little glass jar with the green and yellow bison colored capsules. If they come up and guess the number of capsules and they're the one with the closest guess, they'll win a small stuffed bison. But along with that, the information we collect on that card, we also collect from them, in addition to their guests, some just basic demographic information, what year they are in school, how to contact them. And then we'll take those cards after each visit and send them over to the Office of Admissions so they can build up their databases. After we developed the recruitment materials and workshops, we piloted all our workflows to make sure that they were really easy to understand and use, not only by our faculty, but also students. We have lots of student organizations assisting in these efforts as well. In addition, all of our School of Pharmacy faculty had their position descriptions updated to include a commitment to student recruitment. And we did host 2 open houses again in our concept pharmacy to train faculty on how to use all of these recruitment materials we've developed. To help faculty find and prepare for these recruitment opportunities, we created the School of Pharmacy Recruitment Blackboard organization. And so when faculty log in, they'll see 2 sign up genius links right on the front page. One is to sign up for one-on-one recruitment, student recruitment opportunities as scheduled through the NDSU Office of Admissions prospective student visits. And the other one is for the larger visits. They may be on or off campus. They might be a workshop or one of those lunchroom visits. And on the left-hand side, we have all of the materials that we've developed so that they're quick and easy to download anywhere a faculty may be. And that might include that high school PowerPoint presentation or how to set up a hands-on compounding event at the concept pharmacy. Events are typically posted very well in advance, and our Sign Up Genius also acts as a record of recruitment. So it's nice to be able to go back and see all that we've accomplished over the past year. Again, all faculty were asked to commit specifically to a 2+1 recruitment strategy. So what that means is the 2 means our faculty sign up to be on call to meet with a prospective high school student as coordinated by the NDSU Office of Admission for 2 weeks out of the calendar year. And so prospective students visits can happen Monday through Friday, anytime between the hours of 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. And so, for example, my on-call week was the week of May 8th, and I had a student who wanted to visit specifically with pharmacy. And so I was the one responsible for doing that. And so if for some reason on my on-call week, I hadn't been available for that visit, it would be up to me to find another faculty to take that over for us. The 1 in our 2+1 commitment means that the faculty participate in their choice of one of 3 other recruitment pathways. So again, that might be on campus with an NDSU Discover Day, or off campus with a high school lunchroom or classroom visit. And we've also had some experience with career fairs or virtual online career type events as well. Our current focus is to offer a really high quality prospective student visit with a hands-on opportunity so these students can really practice a pharmacist skill. And over the next year, we're already strategically planning to expand. We have plans to expand our pathways both on campus and across the state.
All right, thanks, Jeannie. Some other lessons that we've learned, I guess, throughout the year of working on recruitment. For the prospective student visits, we actually got data from the Office of Admissions that says that students are more likely to choose NDSU if they meet with a faculty member. And so that's why we tried to be really intentional about making sure any student that wanted to meet with a faculty member was able to. We had stories of in the past students coming to NDSU and wanting to meet with the faculty member and there was no one available. And so of course that doesn't really set a good tone for their visit. For the lunchroom and classroom visits, like we mentioned, we had that capsule competition. So a way to draw in the students, the Sour Patch Kids. Definitely, if you just stand there, students aren't necessarily going to walk up to you a lot of times. And so trying to create something that's engaging that will draw them in can be really helpful. And then for the hands-on workshops, these are usually set up by the Office of Admissions, and we've learned that you really have to be flexible and be able to scale up and scale down as needed, because sometimes we get an email saying they're expecting 8 students, and then only 3 show up, or you're expecting 3 students and then 10 show up with their parents. And so you have to be able to adjust pretty quickly. The timing is a little bit flexible too. I know we were at one event a couple of weeks ago that the students were supposed to be there at 3:30. We didn't have anyone by 4, so we were packing up, and then all of a sudden 4 enthusiastic students showed up with all of their parents. And so we were kind of scrambling to get everything set up again. And so you have to be a little bit flexible with the Office of Admissions because they're doing the best they can, but numbers and times are a little bit fluid, I would say. And then definitely the 2 of us cannot do this alone. We have had so much help. It's been such a great team effort from our entire School of Pharmacy. Faculty, like we mentioned, all pharmacy practice faculty have participated in numerous events for the School of Pharmacy. The majority of our pharm sci faculty have as well. And that's been really with the help of the chairs of both departments encouraging that, which has been extremely helpful. We also have engaged pharmacists in the community and alumni. We've had alumni from our advisory board that are requesting materials and going and doing these presentations in their local high schools. We developed 2 20-person mobile compounding totes. So there's a picture of that in the bottom left corner so that if someone's going into a high school and they want to do a hands-on event, they can take this compounding tote and have students compounding lotions. And this has been used by Essentia and was co-branded with them. And so we did get a grant from Essentia to help with that. And they've had some of their alumni pharmacists out doing presentations for us, which has been huge. And they can also do some recruitment at that event for their hospital as well. And then we also developed 2 10-person mobile escape room compounding totes. And this has been a really interesting process. This is working actually with the 4-H and extension at NDSU and having this tote available for 4-H to check out so that we're able to get pharmacy into the minds of elementary all the way up to high school students. And so that's something that Jeannie is just going to roll that over this week. And that's going to be a pretty exciting day for her to get rid of that truck. She's been working on that for a long time. We've also had a ton of help from our pharmacy students. Specifically wanted to highlight, we had 10 third-year professional students that were able to go to high schools in North Dakota and Minnesota and reach over 500 high school students, primarily at the high school that they graduated from, but also from some other ones. And so we had one student who did this as a research elective, trained the other students how to do it, and they collected data that showed that there were statistically significant gains in knowledge and interest in pharmacy after their presentations. And then that student that did it as the research elective, we actually just submitted her manuscript last week to a pharmacy journal. So a great way to get students involved in research and also helping us with recruiting and helping with our research. And then we've been lucky to have some grants, like I mentioned. Essentia sponsored that compounding trunk for about $2,000. We recently got a grant from the NDSU Foundation to help with retention of current students at NDSU that might have an undecided major. So we have some plans for trying to recruit some of those individuals maybe over to pharmacy. And then we also submitted a grant to the National Association of Boards of Pharmacy District 5 to work on some more rural initiatives with recruiting for pharmacists. This slide is a little bit busy, but this shows how busy we've been in the last year. And so the first two columns are NDSU Office of Admissions sponsored events, and then on-campus camps and workshops. And then the third column is on-campus high school student presentations and workshops. So just from those three columns, we've had 30 on-campus events in the last year since we started doing this. In addition, the next two columns, the off-campus high schools and high school lunchroom visits, we've been hitting those hard as well. So another 29 unique high schools that we've hit in the North Dakota, Minnesota areas with the help of our faculty, staff, alumni, and students. So just in 1 year, we've been able to hit that many different schools and some of them multiple times. The high school lunchroom visits, we've had really good success working with the NDSU Office of Admissions. Corey Schlack over there schedules all of our events for us. And so we just say, yep, 5 each semester, give us the dates and times and we'll get someone there. And so it's nice to have all of those taken care of for us. And he's got contacts in all of those, the local Fargo-Moorhead schools. So that's been a really nice partnership with the NDSU Office of Admissions. And then finally, we've done some other events, both on campus with University 101 and trying to get some undecided majors to come through Aldebaran and check out the lab, as well as some career fairs, both in Fargo and Grand Forks. And through all of these, we've compounded over 400 compounds, whether it be lip balms or lotions. So have been doing lots of hands-on activities as well. One of the challenges with this is, of course, how do we measure it? It's a little bit challenging for pharmacy because you have to have 2 or 3 years of undergrad before you start the pharmacy program. And so when we're doing presentations to freshmen in high school, we might not see that return on investment right away. It sounds like our numbers will be pretty stable for the next year, which we take as a win since they had been declining and nationally numbers are declining. So we're hoping that we're really building this pipeline for going forward. A couple of anecdotal success stories, though, is we did have one high school senior recently at an NDSU Discover Day that had committed to another school of pharmacy. After touring with us, creating the lip balm, meeting with faculty and students, she did switch over to NDSU and is an admitted incoming freshman. And then another kind of anecdotal story, we had a faculty member meeting with the student for a prospective one-on-one visit. And she asked how the student got interested in pharmacy. And he said, I had a student come in and talk in my classroom about pharmacy and it sounded awesome. And I wanted to learn more about it. And he actually switched his major to pharmacy based on that student presentation. And this is a picture of Whitney Thomas. She was our student that did all of the research and she's presenting there at Century High School to an audience of high school students. We also surveyed our faculty and students to get some feedback on the program. This is obviously, our whole team has been really involved in this. We wanted to get feedback from faculty, students, and staff that were involved in recruitment. On the left, you can see they've been involved in a number of different activities. They could choose more than one there. So a lot of on-campus events, which are the most convenient if you're already on campus. But additionally, lots of high school lunchroom visits, which is really easy with the backpack. It's just grab and go. High school visits, and then one-on-one prospective visits. We also wanted to know which resources are our recruiters using, but you can see they've really used almost everything we've created. So that early admission handout, we've got one of those up front. It's just a one-pager front and back, which is really nice just for kind of the nuts and bolts of the program. Also, the high school classroom presentation is nice because you can just walk into a classroom and throw that up and go through all of the main points, customize it as you'd like. And then the lip balm compounding activity, like we mentioned. For next steps, we want to work a little bit on our social media platforms. We do have a College of Health Professions social media platforms, but nothing specific to the School of Pharmacy. So that's something that we're looking to get more involved in. We'd also like to train practicing pharmacists to facilitate outreach in their communities. So if there's a pharmacist in Hazen that goes into their, gets a request from their local high school to go in to make sure that they know that these resources are available to them and we can get that out to them easily. And then focusing more on rural and diverse student populations, making sure that we're hitting those rural communities, thinking about diverse populations, our reservations, Native American students. Is there a way we can connect with them? And it's been really nice. Our Pharm Sci faculty is a very diverse group of individuals. And so they've been great to get really involved in recruitment as well, especially in some of our more diverse Fargo-Moorhead schools. I think they're able to connect with a lot of students just because they are a more diverse group, which is really helpful. Okay, so we want to take just a minute to do a little bit of active learning here. So we'll just take maybe 2 or 3 minutes to chat at your tables with the people around you to hear maybe what recruitment strategies are you using in your department or college. We'll do a quick think, pair, share, and then maybe just hear from a little bit from our audience what you guys might be doing for recruitment so we can all kind of learn from each other. So maybe we'll just take 2 or 3 minutes to chat at your table about that, and then we'll have some people report back. Sounds like you guys have lots to chat about, so we'd love to hear some ideas of what you guys are doing either in the room here or online, things that you've been doing for recruitment.
I can start.
Yeah.
So I'm Department of Animal Sciences, and we do an event in conjunction with the Discover NDSU Days. So we do an afternoon experiential learning for our 3 majors. So veterinary technology, equine science, and Department of Animal Sciences. And we basically split the students up via their major of interest, and they go to one of our animal units or to Robinson Hall. And then it's hands-on learning activities for each of those majors. They get to interact with the animals and kind of learn what each of our programs are about. And then they also do kind of a question and answer. We ask some of our current students to assist for each of the majors. And then we do kind of a Q&A with those students so they can ask about student life or the programs or, tips, etc. So that's one of the big ones we do in the Department of Animal Sciences.
Do you guys have a camp that you do too, like a veterinary?
Yes, that's Lisa.
That's the pre-vet club.
Pre-vet club,
That's
okay,
on
tell us about that.
Yeah, so the pre-vet club is open to any undergraduate student who's interested in attending veterinary school, and as one of their community outreach / fundraiser activities, they hold a I Want to Be a Vet camp. This year it was for students age 7 through 12 years. It's just on a Saturday morning or afternoon. And again, lots of hands-on experiences with live animals, from dogs to horses to sheep and dairy calves.
Anybody else have anything that they wanted to share with the group? It was good to hear what everyone else is doing, do some brainstorming. Brody.
One pearl I'll share, and I'm in pharmacy practice, so I'm under the direction of these two, and I just think these guys have done such an unbelievable job. I mean, the work that they've just laid out is they're underselling what the effort is that they put into this. So kudos to you guys. But the couple of things that I've been involved with. The other thing I wanted to just make sure that we highlight even a little extra is just the impact that student involvement has had. Because it seems to me, like, for example, if I'm doing a tour or if I'm doing a Discover NDSU event, the parents are really interested in hearing from me, but the prospective students love having our students there, and they can ask them questions. They can connect with them a little bit better, I think. And from what I found, our current students have a really good time with it. They just love sharing what they do and what they're going to be doing and all the opportunities. And I just thought that was really impactful.
Brody had a good tip too when he was doing recruitment, that he personalizes things in the lab for the students. So it'll say like, welcome Taylor or whatever on a slide on all the computers in the lab when they walk in there, and put it on the screen. And so we've done that. And then the students are like taking pictures with that, and their parents are taking pictures of them with the big screen that says welcome, like whatever their name is. So I think the more you can individualize it too is really helpful. So that's been great. Okay.
My son My oldest went to liberal arts. college.
All right, that is all we have for you. We welcome you to come up and look at any of the resources that we've created. We are happy to take questions that you have, and happy to learn from you guys as well and hear what you are doing. Thank you.